Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. So I'm going to pretty much talk about something else for today's episode, and it'll be about nanotechnology. Nanotechnology. Where do I begin there? Black Ops 2. Yeah, that's pretty much there. We're there, dude. Yeah. Sorry. But anyhow, nanotechnology. There's so many different ways you could pretty much utilize it. Because, there have been many ways it had been used in certain pop culture out there, especially if you're not very familiar with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Black Ops franchise, and many more out there that happen to take place within the future, or at least within the present that happens to have a lot of futuristic tech within it. Of course, for today's time, we certainly do have a lot of great uses for some of our own technology and a lot of our own inventions, but at the same time, we're kind of just struggling with a few things here. Not just with the pandemic, but also with a lot of economic downfall that is very similar to what happened in 2008, as well as through some other times back then, as well as a few other impacts along the line. We've been facing a lot of deaths. We've been facing tons of anything that is very, very awful. To pretty much endure on its own it's bad enough already, but pretty soon we're going to have a lot more other things coming along the way. But for nanotechnology itself, there's probably hundreds of different ways you can put it to good use. Of course, there's already been establishments within the Black Ops universe that it has been used for climbing on vertical surfaces. And in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's most notably regarded for being one of Iron Man's armor. Especially the Mark 62 if you're not familiar with the Infinity War saga of any sorts, which included the films Infinity War, part of Captain Marvel, and Avengers Endgame, as well as Spider-Man Far From Home. If you're not very familiar with those films, then well, I suggest you go take a watch of them. They're amazing pieces of work in a way. They feature highly acclaimed actors out there with a lot of star-studded power, and I can tell that there's going to be a lot more in the future to come with any of these. But at this point, nanotechnology, how else could I pretty much describe it? None more? Well, many other uses are probably what I could probably talk about at this point, but there's just so many different ways to put it. It can get pretty overwhelming in a second. So that's probably just where I'm going to have to draw the line here and there. So if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.